Welcome to American Broadcasting Station. With just one simple click, kindly subscribe to our channel for more updates. The standoff between the US and China over Taiwan has thrown a spotlight on growing risks to one of the world's busiest shipping lanes, for even a minor disruption could ripple through supply chains worldwide. The Taiwan Strait is the primary route for ships passing from China, Japan, South Korea and Taiwan to points west, carrying goods from Asian factory hubs to markets in Europe, the US and all points in between. Almost half of the global container fleet and a whopping 88% of the world's largest ships by tonnage passed through the waterway every year. Any actions over Taiwan that affect the strait would be another blow to global shipping. Supply chains, which have been reeling since the start of the pandemic, have been struggling to recover this year from lockdowns in China's cities and Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Taiwan has long been a flashpoint between the US and China, and tensions have been exacerbated by US House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's visit. China regards Taiwan as part of its territory and has promised grave consequences in response to a visit by the third highest US official. During the last major Taiwan crisis in 1995 to 1996, China lobbed missiles into the sea near Taiwanese ports, disrupting shipping traffic, and then President Bill Clinton sent two aircraft carrier battle groups to the area. Even if the US and China managed to avoid another repeat of that crisis, Russia's invasion of Ukraine has undermined confidence that the international community could prevent Beijing from attempting similarly disruptive military action across the Taiwan Strait in the coming years. The US's top uniformed officer, General Mark Milley, has told Congress that Chinese President Xi Jinping is seeking the capability to take Taiwan by 2027. The US and key allies say much of the Taiwan Strait constitutes international waters, and they routinely send naval vessels through the waterway as part of freedom of navigation exercises. But Chinese officials have in recent months repeatedly asserted that the strait isn't international waters in meetings with US counterparts. China, as the world's largest exporting nation, would have much to lose by taking any military action that disrupts its own commercial links to the world. Beijing might use its growing naval power to restrict global trade routes. Blocking the entire strait would be very difficult and risk a confrontation that ultimately may work to China's disadvantage. Still, one lesson from Russia's blockade of Ukraine's Black Sea ports has been the capacity of a conflict in one region to ripple across the globe, crimping commodities markets and driving up prices. Considering the number of vessels traversing the Taiwan Strait, even a minor disruption could have an impact on world trade during the peak season for shipping goods to the US for the Christmas season. About 48% of the world's 5,400 operational container ships passed through the Taiwan Strait in the first 7 months of this year, providing a steady supply of clothing, appliances, mobile phones and semiconductors. While ships can divert around the eastern coast of Taiwan through the Philippine Sea, which would add only a few extra days to the journey, alternative routes pose difficulties. The Luzon Strait between the Philippines and Taiwan offers a possible north-south path, but the typhoon season in South China Sea makes it risky to travel. More tropical cyclones enter the region surrounding the Philippines than anywhere else in the world, with an average of 20 per year. US House Speaker Nancy Pelosi became the highest-ranking American politician to visit Taiwan in 25 years, prompting China to carry out missile tests and military drills encircling the island that set the stage for some of its most provocative actions in decades. Kindly subscribe for more updates.